And it is time now for Super Sound Showcase. How lucky can we be? I'm your host, Robert Hodge, and we are sponsored by Culture Fix. Today we are fortunate to have with us Billy Joe Trio. And if you are not familiar with their music, get ready because you're going to discover something fabulous that you're going to love grooving to. And you're going to want to see these guys in person. They are personal friends of mine. They are talented musicians, and they're genuinely nice people. So, welcome to WMBG, gentlemen.
Howdy, how you doing?
Hello.
Doing well. I think that if you have been out and about in the local scene, you probably know Billy Joe more than anyone else because he has been hosting the open mic at Paul's Deli for, how long have you been doing that?
Like 6 years now.
Oh my word, I can't believe it's been that long. But yes, 6 years he has been working. And, you know, it's one of the better run mic nights out there because everybody's so familiar with you and your talents that I think that it draws some of the better musicians from the area. So after 6 years, is it still fresh? Do you still love it?
Absolutely, and we're always getting new people in every Monday at Paul's from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And you never know what you're going to get in there with the college right across the street with new kids coming in all the time.
Right.
And it's just great. We allow anybody to get up. So
that's nice.
Even if it's just your first time ever, we don't put pressure that you have to, be well-seasoned musician or anything like that. So.
Okay, and today we're featuring the Billy Joe Trio. How did this trio come about?
Well, Billy we had known each other for quite a while, and then he moved to L.A. When he came back, everybody all the folks we knew had kind of scattered around different places, and he called me up. He goes, I moved back, and I want to try to get something going. And at that time, I had just gotten out of a band myself. So, and then we just started kind of jamming here and there. And then we needed a bass player, and then Billy said he knew Kevin. So playing a guitar at the time. I think
I was playing with Brand New Groovement in Richmond, and Billy called me and asked me if I knew any bass players, and I said I know somebody that has a bass, and I'll go buy it. And
there you go.
Spent $50 on that.
That's one way to do it.
The rest is history.
And how long ago was this? You guys have been a group as...
I think it's
7 years.
No, it's longer than that.
8.
I was thinking about it on the ride over here. I think it's almost 10.
Oh my goodness!
No.
All right.
No, 2000.
Well, time.
When did you?
Max.
Back in 2010.
Time obviously flies when you're having fun. They don't know how long they've been playing together.
2010.
Well, you were here in
Okay.
2009.
Well, it really doesn't matter at this point. I don't want to debate for the whole show.
No.
But
400 years.
next time y'all update your bio, just send me the new version, and we'll all have our facts straight.
17 years.
But in the meantime, where can we see you guys playing?
Well, this Friday we're going to be at a new club in Carrollton called Fat Boys.
Okay.
And then Saturday we'll be at Finn McCool's in Virginia Beach.
Oh yeah, I like that place.
But I think our next gig here in Williamsburg will be St. Patty's Day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And tonight you can catch me and Kevin playing with Joe's Day Off at the Triangle from 6 to 9 tonight.
So it's actually Chris's day off.
Yeah, it's Chris's day off, and me and Kevin will be jamming with Joe Duggan and the crew at Triangle tonight.
Well, I always say that's a sign of a great musician because when they have a night off, they're still out working somewhere, no matter whether their group is in operation that night. A good musician loves to play and plays from the heart and never stops playing. So I applaud that. I love that kind of moonlighting. And plus, it brings you back to your own groups with a fresh perspective and new perspectives. That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Now, do you guys, the material that you perform, where does that come from?
All places. We really, especially as of lately, have all been giving input. And if I start with like lyrics or a simple structure, then everybody expands upon it and puts their own little touch or
So you all write
suggestion.
together.
Yeah.
And is a lot of the balance of what you do, is it original music, or you have a lot of covers and things thrown in as well?
Any cover that we do is such an original take on the cover,
That's
so
true.
that we always make it our own.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, Billy is quite an entertainer. His showmanship is rather legendary, and it started at a very early age. I was rather happy feeling like I had some inside information when I found out that you had been an Elvis impersonator in Vegas by the age of 7. That's extraordinary.
Yes. You didn't know that before.
I did not, and when somebody told me, I thought, oh, that sounds like I have a real scoop. But then it turns out that it's part of your shtick and your marketing.
Yeah, back when I had hair
I
many
love
years
that.
ago. No.
That's
Yeah, I
fun.
started as an Elvis impersonator as a little kid, and
And in Las Vegas, were you from that area?
Oh,
How
yeah.
did you end up in Las Vegas?
Well, no, I grew up in Tucson, Arizona, and so it was a hop, skip, and a jump away. And
Did you have a stage mother that was like pushing you up there?
I had a very supportive mother.
Okay.
She wasn't necessarily pushing me in any direction. She was more surprised by it all, and
bet.
just loves music, so I supported it. And just
Well, you know, one of the things that I as a musician myself, strive for, and one of the things that I as a critic look for is, you know, it's a disappearing art to see musicians that are entertainers, because sometimes they think it's just enough to get up on a stage and play some music that sounds fine. No, I don't believe that. And I believe the audience is enchanted by the presence of you as real entertainers. And that's a big distinction to make when you're choosing a band to go see, and when you want to spend a night out with important people in your life. You want something that will hold your attention, that will be captivating, and most of all, that will be memorable, so that everybody wants to talk about what a great time they had. And you know, you accomplish that with such ease that I don't even know if you really are aware of how much of it you do. But your presence and your stage showmanship is marvelous. We're going to call on one of your he does what I call his stage tricks. We're going to get him to show you some of that before he leaves here today, because it's extraordinary. You won't find anybody else doing some of the things that Billy and his trio will do. So let me just tell you that the Billy Joe Trio, they're going to play a song for you, and then we're going to hear some more from them. And what are you going to start with? What you guys want to open with?
Well, we're going to start. This first song is like a funky blues tune called Not Even Time Will Tell.
Okay. Here they are, the Billy Joe Trio.
Well, how much blues do I have to play till I can play all my blues away? Well, how many dues do I have to pay till someone hears one of my songs someday? Well, I guess it's just a secret, not even time to tell. I've been biding my tongue, I've been biding my time, knowing the truth, I've been waiting on the side. I'm not so rock, you know, I sure have carried many. Well, I carry a tune, 'cause this guitar ain't so heavy. can't see, forest full of trees. Sometimes it feels like you wanna never end street. Sometimes you look around and say, is this a living hell? Well, I guess it's just a secret, not even time will tell. Well, I guess it's just a secret, not even time will tell. Well, I guess it's just a secret, not even time will tell.
All right, it's a secret that time won't tell. And you know, the only thing missing is a thunderous applause reaction. If we had a live studio audience, that would be one of the great songs, because that's a clever little song. Y'all wrote that? Is that one of yours?
Yeah.
Because good
That's the
heavens,
original song.
that's a clever little hook. I like that. A secret, not even time will tell. But somebody else might. Time won't, but somebody else might. I've never found a secret that I could reveal to anybody that stayed a secret for long, because somebody's got a big mouth somewhere along the line. Anyway, I am so thrilled to have you guys here, Billy Joe Trio. And you know, I will say this. I've been happy doing my radio show for the last almost 10 months, but now that this is the third week that I've had the new Super Sound Showcase sponsored by Culture Fix, and I have to tell you that the greatest feeling in the world is that I can invite all of my favorite bands to come and set up in the studio and play just for me. I feel like the luckiest person in the whole world, because all the great musicians that I meet are just spoiling me rotten. And I thank you guys for taking the time and going to the extra trouble to be here, because it really is marvelous. And we're going to have just a few words from some sponsors, and then we're going to come back. Our live feed on Facebook will stay live, and you'll get to see what we're doing while the people in Radio Land listen to these commercials. And then we'll be back with more music from Billy Joe Trio and a little bit more information about them and where you can find them as well. Again. All right, you are joined in progress. This is Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix. I am your host, Robert Hodge, and today our guests, if you are just tuning in, are Billy Joe Trio, one of the most fabulous, entertaining bands that you will find in all of Hampton Roads, and they will be playing anywhere and everywhere. They work harder than most people ever could imagine, because I don't think you guys are ever having true vacations, are you? I've never known you to just stop playing for a while.
The hurricane messed mine up. I was supposed to go down to Folly Beach, and that's when that hurricane came through. We had all that bad weather.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Right.
no, we play constantly, pretty much every weekend. You can find us somewhere. So check us out on Facebook and check out the schedule.
And what's the way they can contact you guys? You have a booking contact or
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
fan club or
Yeah, but you can message us through the Facebook page.
okay, Billy Joe Trio. Is that's
Yeah.
the page? All right. Well, let's hear some more music. What you gonna do?
This is going to be a slower blues tune, very serious one, called Reservations at the Pearly Gates.
Uh-oh, that is very serious.
Bearing my body low, good. Nothing sacred in this mean old world. Well, I gave up preaching, lying to walk this world in many, many shoes. And people gonna do what the hell they want to do. Gonna live to 110, then I'll be back again. When it comes to getting at the devil, I give 110%. Carry that way, got reservations at the pearly gates. You see that tree? It's kinda like me. Roots in the ground, its head as high as can be. Reaching for the sky all the while, standing still. We found our place, reservations at the pearly gates. Broke a lot of hearts and mama said I would. It's not my fault, my intentions were good. Nothing is sacred in this mean old world. Alright, well I gave up preaching, lying to walk this world in many, many shoes. And people gonna do what the hell they want to do. Feeling my body low, as low as it can go. Where I can't hear no highway, no planes or trains or boats. They got my name, reservations at the pearly gates. Just by faith, reservations at the pearly gates. I can't be late. Reservations at the pearly gates.
Wow, that'll make you think, won't it? That's quite a song. I like that.
Thank you.
I do. I like that a lot. It puts an idea in my head that maybe I better work on my reservations.
Well, I was getting in the shower one morning and almost slipped and killed myself. And
Oh.
the whole song came to me all at once.
Wow. That's a wild, wild story, wild
That's a
tale.
big story.
But it's okay. Whatever it takes to get the inspiration for great music. And I am just thrilled with having your performance live on the air. This is Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix on WMBG. I'm your host, Robert Hodge, and we are just having a grand time. I'm sorry we're not a television show, but you can be watching live on Facebook. And tomorrow or so, we will have the video on our website and on YouTube for you to enjoy these gentlemen up close and impersonal. Tell them again where they can see you next. Where are you working this weekend?
Friday we're at Fat Boys in Carrollton. It's a new
Okay.
club out there.
And then
Saturday
Finn
is-
McCool's in Virginia Beach,
Finn
right?
McCool's on Saturday night.
Okay, well, and you keep track of them on Facebook. They are called the Billy Joe Trio, and they are one of my favorite groups. I'm just so thrilled. Thank you all for being here. It's just marvelous. And we are going to ask you to go ahead and play us out with yet another number. What do you got for us?
Okay, this one's called Money Screams. Everybody always says money talks. My grandma
It
always used to
screams.
say money doesn't talk, it screams.
Okay.
And so this is a lighthearted blues tune. And here you go.
Yeah, let's hear it scream.
Ready?
get paid. Well, I ain't got no money, but you know I get paid. Yes, I spend more money than I made. Well, before I make $1, I already owe 3 more. Yeah, before the summer check, all everything is spoken for. Take the number, take the seat, tax bill lined up at my door. Well, I ain't got no money, but you know I get paid. Well, I ain't got no money, but you know I get paid. Yes, I spend more money than Donald Trump has ever made. That's right. Every check I write bounces like a rubber ball. They done to the roof and they about to take the walls. I ain't got no money, but they sure get paid. Yes, I spend more money than Oprah Winfrey's ever made. Well, my best girl left me, Repo Man took my car. Can't even afford new strings for my guitar. And I ain't got no money, but you know I get paid. Spend more money than Bill Gates has ever made.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there you saw some of those fancy stage tricks that I was talking about, playing over his shoulder, behind his back, and with his teeth at the end there. I've never seen anybody else do that with such mastery. So, gentlemen, thank you for being here. I've had a marvelous time. That is the Billy Joe Trio, and we always have information on how to find them if you need to call the station. I am always willing to be everybody's publicist. It's the least I can do for everybody. Yeah, sure.
757
Yeah.
717
Uh-huh.
3111.
Okay, 717-3111. And you can call. And you know what? I have a feeling for the right price, they'll come play in your bathtub. I think these guys are dedicated professionals, and they will come and play private parties or whatever you'd like to do.
I have 3 of those bathtub gigs on Wednesday alone.
Do you?
Yes.
That's nice. Well, you know, a lot of times when I'm playing out and I ask somebody to get up and sing, they say, oh, no, I only sing in the shower. I said, but the piano won't fit in there. What are we going to do? So... all right, you've been listening to Super Sound Showcase. We are sponsored by Culture Fix, and this is WMBG. Until next week, thank you all for listening and supporting local music. I do appreciate it.